I'm Casey Shutrop, and you're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Welcome to your hometown news. I'm April Frelke with my co-host, Joe Minnie. Well, we're into December,
Hello.
Joe, and a little warm for the beginning of December.
It has been unseasonably warm.
But it's going to cool off.
It sounds like we got some flakes coming our way.
Yes, we do. Well, the New Lisbon Booster Club, the Athletic Booster Club, has a Saturday soup drive-through, selling soup from the booth by the New Lisbon Dam on Saturday, December 12th, and Saturday, January 9th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. All proceeds will help the New Lisbon Athletics and their clubs. The cost is $4 per bowl. All soup will be pre-packaged to be warmed up. We will also have a bin for non-perishable items and new toys to be distributed during the holiday season. And your soups for choice are chicken noodle, cheesy broccoli, chicken wild rice, chili, and chicken tortilla. Chicken tortilla. Why would I not know how to say that, Joe? Chicken tortilla soup. I don't say that soup a lot.
No, it's like a sandwich, right?
Tortillas. All right.
No.
Well, so we have some other events going on in the area.
Yes, we do. We have the jolliest of them all. It's the holiday shopping event on December 12th at the Camp Douglas Community Center over there on 304 Center Street. And there will be shopping from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And there will be a large selection of great stuff available. Just look at all that stuff there in the ticker there. You can see that there's candles, hats, scarves, beard balms and oils, sugar scrubs, crafts, bake sale, holiday cookie box sets, holiday chocolates and candies, crocheted items, holiday wreaths, and home decor, essential oil products, boutique clothing and accessories, barnwood decor, polymer earrings, jams, jellies, maple syrup, honey, and so much more. Santa will be there for pictures from 9 to 11 a.m. with free goodie bags for the kids. And food and beverages will also be available for purchase 11 a.m. to 4 p.m.
And that's their new community center in Camp Douglas. So get out there and see the new community center. Well, and I know Katie Copleen is kind of organizing this event, so good luck to her.
Okay.
All right. Well, our first guest has a close connection to that jolly old elf, the man in red, Mr. Kris Kringle, Santa Claus. So please welcome back to the program Jessica Bilski from the New Lisbon Chamber of Commerce, always bringing Christmas cheer to our community. Welcome, Jessica.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Well, hello, Jessica. This is a busy time for Santa, so how did you get him to come down to New Lisbon, and when is he going to be coming to town?
Yeah, we are, we have to do our best to stay on the nice list, and he comes to town every year, usually for the Lions Craft Fair. But this year they didn't have that, so he thought it would be really fun to come down to the lights. We have Riverside Park all lit up. It's gleam of Christmas cheer, and so we have 40 campsites that are all lit up, and he thought that'd be a perfect spot to have the kids come out and see him. So he'll be out there on Friday the 18th from 5 to 7.
And it is dark at 5 o'clock, isn't it?
It is.
And what other attractions are happening, or is the chamber offering or involved in?
We also have, we're going to have hot cocoa out there from Black and White Catering. They're providing hot cocoa, so the kids can get hot cocoa. Santa said he's bringing some little presents for everybody, and then everyone can enjoy the lights. They're lit every day until January 1st.
So, Jessica, with the COVID and Corona prevention and all that stuff, will the kids be able to actually sit on Santa's lap, or will they need masks, or how's that going to work?
This year, they're not going to sit on Santa's lap. They'll get to talk to him and tell him their wish list. We'll have some chairs in front of him so they can sit down in front and have their grown-up take pictures with Santa. But you can't sit on Santa's lap this year, unfortunately.
Well, it's probably the safest thing.
Jessica, I'm curious about something new kind of in New Lisbon. I don't know if you could answer this or not. I know that I talked about the soup that they're selling in that little stand down by the dam, and I walk around New Lisbon a lot. And do you know who put that little building up, that little hut that looks like that log cabin that they'll be selling the soup out of? I believe it was the Lions Club. Oh, the Lions Club put that up. Okay. I didn't see any like sponsored by signs yet or anything by it, so that's a really nice little kind of drive-through looking, I mean, like a concessions.
Yeah, it's really nice, and it's going to be for people to, do things like the soup, for the community. So it's going to be open to different events and things like that. And if you wanted to come out and support the Lions, they're going to be down at Riverside Park next weekend after Santa's there on Friday, and then Saturday the Lions will be down there doing their cookie sale.
Oh, sure. Okay.
So cookies for Santa.
Yeah, I think you can buy like a dozen cookies for a certain price. Is that right? Or
2 dozen cookies for $8. And they'll be right in the park office there. So you can come down, get some cookies, and then you can drive around and see the lights and nibble on your cookies.
Okay, Jessica, well, thank you so much for coming. And catering for cast and crew has been provided by Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens. Great food with a fun and relaxing atmosphere at Marco's. Health Check 360 is next, but first we want to thank our program sponsors.
Your hometown news is brought to you by Oakdale Credit Union, Hardware Hank in New Lisbon, The Fun Company Game Room Store, and the Little Cottage Home Decor and more in New Lisbon.
Hardware Hank knows you have projects, lots of important projects, from paint to plumbing, electrical, and yard maintenance. We have the area's largest selection of Milwaukee tools. Hey, it's what the pros use. We even have an in-store chainsaw sharpening service. It's time to build your property's value with Hardware.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Your health is important to us at Tomah Health, and by taking a few steps like wearing a mask and social distancing, you can help stop the spread to keep our community safe and well. To protect our community, we're offering Video Visit. Video Visit provides secure face-to-face access to a board-certified medical provider online to assess specific medical conditions and prescribe common medications. The service is easy to access and available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Learn more about Video Visit at tomahhealth.org.
Relax at Marco's Italian and American Grill in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Hi folks, I'm Maggie May and you're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community. Yeehaw!
The COVID-19 pandemic has had an impact on local healthcare facilities and staff. Tomah Health Physician Assistant Jerry Fushianes joins us this edition of Health Check 360 with an inside look at the effect of the pandemic on local healthcare and staff operations at Tomah Health. Welcome, Jerry. Thanks for being with us.
Well, thanks for having me.
I think Mr. Minnie's got your first question.
So Jerry, can you tell us a little bit about the role you have at Tomah Health as a physician assistant?
Sure. PAs, physician assistants, are part of the healthcare team. Us, as well as nurse practitioners, round out what a provider is. So traditionally, when you go to a hospital or to a healthcare facility, you'll see a physician, an MD or a DO. PAs and nurse practitioners now, and especially in the rural communities, kind of round out that team. We provide services very similar to the physicians. PAs work under the authority of a physician.
Okay.
Jerry, so with COVID and the pandemic, can you just talk us through a little bit, maybe what have been some obstacles for the healthcare, and maybe what have been some, wow, we didn't know that would be such a great thing to come out of COVID. You know, I hear that from people, like we've had to slow down and take, but obstacles or?
Certainly from a healthcare standpoint, we were just so fortunate to get our facility open when we did. Is that the new facility, the extra resources that we have, the extra space that we have is coming into play to help us deliver healthcare in a much better way. Some of the things that we're finding is, just as you mentioned, people working together to try to solve a problem like this. The virus itself, we're learning about every day, but how to deal with it and how to cope with it as individuals has been a real challenge.
So with the virus been going on since, well, almost just before you guys opened, or just after you guys opened up, I should say.
We planned that right.
So, so during all that, what do you think you're most proud of in combating that?
I think the thing that we have to be the most proud of is how we're able to deliver care to the numbers that we're seeing. The volume has increased, as you would expect, and that we've been able to keep up with that and provide services to the community, keep our doors open, and take care of just about everything that comes our way.
What would be some suggestions you would have for our viewers to prevent or to combat the COVID? You know, what are, you know, we see masks, but what are other things? I mean, I don't know that our viewers should be really like washing hands. You know, that's such a big one too.
Well, it's the basic things that we talk about with any virus. It would be things like wearing a mask, washing hands, practicing good hygiene. What we add in COVID, because we believe it to be respiratory carried, is going to be things as far as social distancing, trying to keep a distance from others. If you're ill, trying not to expose yourself to others. The challenge with this is, as we learn more and more about it, different populations become affected. So our elderly population, or people with significant comorbidities, are the people who are getting the sickest. So when we ask people to wear masks, or we ask them to follow these basic practices, it's not just to keep them healthy, but it's to keep others in the community and others in their family healthy. So it's a different way of going at it. If we did this for every virus, we'd probably be able to wipe out a lot more. But especially with this one, we find it to be very helpful. That's why our numbers in this area have been stable. Even though they're climbing, we're stable compared to others.
I've also noticed that, I know there's like the hot list items of symptoms, but I've noticed that there's a lot of folks that are coming up with COVID that aren't experiencing those main symptoms, and they're kind of being underlying.
Originally, obviously, we identified fever as one of the primary things, and cough. And while those do still stay on the list, we're seeing other things such as profound fatigue, muscle aches, diarrhea is being reported in a lot of the patients who are presenting in. So things that they wouldn't normally attribute to this virus, we're now starting to see become part of the constellation of symptoms that make out the picture of it.
So do you think that maybe the normal flu season is kind of, maybe people are getting confused? Are they more scared that they have COVID than they have the normal flu?
It's kind of like they're merging, or what's happening there?
Exactly. I mean, it's what the CDC's been talking about for a while, how this will hit at about the same time, and differentiating between the two is going to be very challenging. Locally, we do have a multi-swab test that is able to identify flu A, B, RSV, and COVID in one swab. So I think just this week we started using that, and it's been very effective at helping identify what virus we're looking at.
Jerry, can I ask you, what are you swabbing when you say one swab? Is that the...
Yeah, it's the nasal swab. It's certainly not pleasant or comfortable. I mean, it's doable, and you will survive it, but it's not a pleasant... It goes up pretty far, and it has to twist a bit, but that sample that they get is very, very helpful in identifying the virus.
I've heard it's almost like when you jump in water and you get water up your nose, that's kind of sometimes what it feels like.
Yeah, I guess it would be.
Like, you get that, and then you're like, oh, I got water in my nose.
For about 4 or 5 seconds.
And then you can...
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Joe.
Oh, no, go ahead.
I was going to say, any other suggestions or thoughts about COVID for our viewers before we kind of let you off?
It's making the decisions that are right for you this year, trying to maintain that social distancing, making choices when it comes to the holidays. I mean, with Thanksgiving, with Christmas, we have the desire, we want to be with our families. We very much do, but we have to think about the risk that we're putting people at. Vaccines coming out in a very short amount of time. We'll be through it, but we're still in it right now. We have to stay true to it until probably the spring.
Okay. Thank you for joining us, Jerry.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you for your expertise. Well, up next, we have the new Lisbon School District Superintendent, Adam Englebretson, with us with an update. Stay tuned.
Your health is important to us at Tomah Health, and by taking a few steps like wearing a mask and social distancing, you can help stop the spread to keep our community safe and well. To protect our community, we're offering Video Visit. Video Visit provides secure face-to-face access to a board-certified medical provider online to assess specific medical conditions and prescribe common medications. The service is easy to access and available Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Learn more about Video Visit at tomahhealth.org.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins. What's the more in the Little Cottage home decor and more? fashion. Shopping is fun at the Little Cottage. Update your look and discover more at the Little Cottage Home Decor and More, New Lisbon.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
You're watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to the community.
Well, at the beginning of the school year, we met with the new Lisbon School District Superintendent, Adam Englebretson, and we have him back via Zoom to give us an update. Welcome back to the program, Adam. So nice to have you.
Thank you for having me back. It's great to be here.
So, Adam, now that you've been on the job for a few months, can you give our viewers an update on what's going on?
Sure, absolutely. It's been a challenging few months, but our district is doing well. Our students, parents, and staff have done a nice job of working together to provide a safe environment where learning can continue in person and virtually through our online option. Our online option allows students to stay at home and still be able to communicate with teachers and classmates and continue to be a part of their class even though they're not physically present. So these students are still able to have a social connection to school with their friends and the ability to ask clarifying questions from their teachers anytime they need clarification on key concepts, standards, and material.
Well, I want to ask you, Adam, just kind of a personal kind of, what's been your favorite experience or moment as the superintendent in New Lisbon?
The people have been great. You know, being all in one building, it's great to be able to walk down the hall and visit with elementary students and teachers and then come up to the high school level as well. I think my favorite moment is during Halloween, the elementary students do a Halloween parade, and we were able to physically distance everybody to make it a safe environment. But it really provides a great atmosphere when the little kids can walk around and share their costumes, and the high school kids sit and watch and cheer them on, and really brings a lot of unity to the school district.
Yeah, those connections are so important.
It is nice. Well, what message would you like your parents and students to know as we approach this Christmas season and being from the superintendent chair?
Well, everybody's worked very hard for the last couple months, so certainly take some time, relax, enjoy each other's company, but continue to make smart decisions. Everybody's done a great job of working hard to be able to continue or allowing the district to provide in-person education, and our goal is to keep our district open. So we need everybody's collaboration and support to allow that to happen. Have a great time, but make good decisions.
Adam, kind of back to some of maybe the COVID stuff and the policies and those like details that are coming out. Has there been any confusion or issues on a policy or system that you'd like to kind of talk about or clarify or just kind of update our viewers or your community about?
Well, I think the knowledge on COVID has changed greatly since the pandemic began. So this has been a learning process throughout, but I think once again, our students and staff have done a great job of rising to the challenge. And, you know, as we continue to learn more, we're going to continue to adapt and give our students the best possible education we can. And we'd like that to be in person. So just everybody, I hope we can continue to work hard and make good things happen within our district.
Yeah, so with those pressures that they're feeling, your staff, how are they dealing with those pressures differently, or how's your staff morale and attitude been throughout this whole thing?
The staff in New Lisbon certainly had a very positive reputation, and one that preceded him before I met anybody in this group. And although we have probably some more positive days than others, they've adapted very well. They've tackled many obstacles, and we've asked a lot of them, but they've responded very positively. Our staff have done a great job of supporting one another, and they're coming up with creative, fun ideas to continue to encourage and support and help each other through this process.
I know that your staff is very creative and reaching out to the community through social media. Are there any updates like on Christmas programs or concerts or how that might look virtually, or if our viewers or parents wanted to get a hold of your district, who would they contact maybe?
Absolutely. This year we are still going to continue to have our holiday concerts. They are going to be online through our Facebook page. So check our Facebook page for the links as they appear, and hope you can tune in and see all the students perform all the things that they've been practicing first semester.
And with the second semester kind of on the horizon after January, how do you expect the measures that you have in place to continue all the way through to the end of the year, or do you think maybe they'll be loosening up some of the policies a bit?
Well, we're certainly following our county guidelines, and I know with the CDC changes in quarantine times, we're going to continue following our county guidelines as to how we can approach and handle those. But our students are doing a fantastic job of responding to physical distancing and wearing their masks. So I think we're following all the precautionary procedures that we've planned for, and we've had some success. Internal spread has been pretty non-existent at our school, and any positive cases that we've had have come from the outside. So we're very encouraged by the fact that our students and staff are following the policies put in place, and it's led to good results for us.
That's great.
Well, Adam, thank you so much for joining us and taking time out of your evening to update our community, and we wish you a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you and your school district. So thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks. Up next, Nick is back with Moments in History. Stay tuned.
What's the more in the little cottage home decor and more? Fashion. Shopping is fun at the little cottage. Update your look and discover more at the Little Cottage Home Decor and More, New Lisbon.
The Oakdale Credit Union has spent decades serving Oakdale, Mauston, and Reedsburg. From comprehensive financial services to reliable mortgage loans, we strive to provide unparalleled care.
I like the warm and friendly atmosphere each and every time I come in. The staff is very knowledgeable and truly cares about its members.
Come and learn more about the Oakdale Credit Union, where we treat you like a member of the family.
Hardware Hank knows you have projects, lots of important projects, from paint to plumbing, electrical, and yard maintenance. We have the area's largest selection of Milwaukee tools. Hey, it's what the pros use. We even have an in-store chainsaw sharpening service. It's time to build your property's value with Hardware Hank New Lisbon.
You've got a lot more going for you with Hank, Hardware Hank.
This hot tub is so relaxing. The stress of the week just melts away.
Hanging out with friends is fun.
And we have so many reasons to get together.
My Traeger grill is the difference between a good
and an amazing barbecue.
The Fun Company Game Room Store
is where the fun begins.
You are watching Lynxx 24, connecting you to your community.
Are we on?
Yes, we are, Nick.
You are, Nick.
Well, this day in history. Hi, folks. December 10th. Hey, listen, have any of you out there had an X-ray? Well, at the beginning of the 20th century, right about 1901, the first Nobel Prize in physics, was awarded to William Röntgen for actually producing an X-ray and also detecting it. Quite a breakthrough at the time and a good story in itself. But what do you know about Alfred Nobel? the guy behind the Nobel Prize. Well, Alfred's family they were chemists and engineers, and they manufactured, of all things, explosives, a very dangerous profession. And after a tragic accident involving explosives that killed his younger brother, Alfred vowed to use his knowledge of chemistry to make a safer explosive. Eventually, he mixed a mixture of nitroglycerin and an absorbent substance, and he called it dynamite. Alfred took out patents on his new explosive and made a fortune. But there's more. A few years later, another brother died of natural causes, but the local newspaper mixed up the two brothers, and they published the following scathing death notice. The merchant of death is dead. The man who became rich by finding ways to kill people faster than ever before is finally gone. Well, Alfred himself was so shocked by what he had read in this unintended obituary, and he vowed at that time to be remembered in a more worthwhile manner than when he actually died. So he set aside a large portion of his estate to award and honor outstanding achievements in physics, chemistry, medicine, literature, and pursuits of peace. Actually, much later, economics was put in there. Well, he continued for the rest of his life to develop many money-making patents, and by the time of his death, he had 355 of them. Beside his patent royalties, his estate would include 90 armament factories and numerous oil fields along the Caspian Sea, way ahead of his time. Age 63, he died of a stroke on, wait for it now, the date, he died on December 10th, and back in 1896. He left 94% of his total assets, an equivalent to over $300 million in today's dollars, and to fund the Nobel Prizes year after year. So there you have it. Perhaps one of the more surprising winners, okay, was Bob Dylan, just 4 years ago. So that's pretty much it. I'll give you a quickie on that. At 75, Dylan was awarded the prize for literature, okay, and he never considered his song's literature, so he declined to attend the banquet and declined to take the $900,000 prize. And Dylan himself didn't see himself in the same league as Ernest Hemingway and other great writers of literature, the greats of literature. But he did, however, send a very kind note to the committee, okay, in lieu of his $900,000. So there you have it. Alfred Nobel of the Nobel Prize, this date, okay, December 10th. Well, what do you think, guys?
That's very interesting. I like the X-ray one, too.
Yeah, you always hear about the Nobel Prize, but I always thought it was named after Nobel, and it was dedicated to him. I didn't know he started it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The Rankin thing, that is a great story. I mean, the discovery of the X-ray, Madame Curie, that whole deal, and then the adaptation of that to X-rays in science and photography and photographing X-rays. The whole thing is really very, very, very interesting. But Alfred Nobel himself, when you think about all those prizes for all those years, he left quite a fortune.
Nick, did Nikola Tesla ever get a Nobel Peace Prize with his?
I don't think Tesla did get a prize. Well, he wouldn't have gotten the Peace Prize. He would have gotten the Nobel Prize in physics, or probably just in physics. He might have. I'm trying to think if I'm pretty sure Edison did also. I'm not too sure about Tesla, Nikola Tesla. Good question, though, April. Well, very good.
I have a quick one then. All these prizes, are they issued out every year, or is it just only when an achievement in those categories becomes big enough to earn the prize?
That's another good question. They are pretty much, there's usually one award or so of the bunch every year. I'm not too sure if they really do have it every year. Okay.
Well, Nick, we want to thank you, Nick, for joining us and our viewers, where we're connecting you to the community.